Valerie is back, mate, and we're gonna take it for a lap and break down and try and fix it, because that's what it does. So we did the steering box in it. Steering box blew apart. Dad rebuilt it for me. That's all good. We rebuilt the carburettor, put a kit through the old Stromberg, mate, and she's a runner. She's run better than I ever since I've seen the car, known the car, you know. But a slight problem where it'll stop and won't start and whatnot. So, and that's kind of like defeats the purpose of having a motor car. So today I'm going to take it for a drive and bring you along with me, and we're going to break down, and I'm going to get it going again. I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this freaking problem it has with this whole stopping scenario. It's really starting to give me the shits. Anyway, I've got a list of tools. I did think it was fuel, but the way it's going, it sort of drives along and then goes. So I think it's got an electronic ignition in it, and the modules on them are no good ever anyway to start with. So I have a new electronic ignition module, and we're going to go take it for a drive, and if it plays up, I'm going to put this on it. But before then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a wire directly from the battery to the coil to fully power it up all the time, and see if it's not that, because it has got a dicky ignition switch in it, so I don't know whether, like when it gets hot or something, that could be pulling a heap of bloody voltage out of it and resistance and shit. So we're going to do that for now, but we're going to take it for a drive and get broken, and we're going to fix it. So come along with me. Oh dear, me and Dad have been arguing about this bloody motor car and what could be wrong with it, and he reckons I need to run this wire. So we're going to do that first and see how we go. No good without tools. I feel like this is an episode of Vice Grip Garage, just a bit more shit and a bit more Australian. I've considered doing like a Vice Grippy Garage sort of video, but I don't have the money or the people, like I don't have the connections to all the people that have these broken down cars that I can buy and go and do up and then drive them home. And not only that, you can't drive heaps of shit in Australia. Yeah, well, obviously I can, but you can't just go and get shit out of a paddock and drive it, which is a shame. It takes a lot of fun out of it for me, mate. Alright. Of course, oh here we go, 13, boom. Sensational. Oh, so I use that word too much now. I don't know where that comes from, where I picked it up from, but I started saying it a lot. Anyway. Oh. Perhaps I'll hook that up after, hey? There's nowhere to put my tools in this car. Oh. We're getting agricultural here today on the show, mate. Bloody hell. So where's the dissie get its power from? If anyone ever buys any connectors, electrical connectors, don't ever buy the ones with the hard, this weird thing on it. It's shit. They're horrible. They're too hard to crimp. All the pressure goes on this plastic and doesn't really crimp the rest of the bloody whatsy properly. It's a bit shit, really. But it's alright for Valerie, because in all fairness, Valerie is a bit shit at the moment. Sobble here on my bum. Let's roll. Really wish I had someone to film moments like this, but I've got you balanced on my air filter there, because you know we don't need that where we're going. Where's my keys? So usually after it's been sitting for a while, it'll play is when it plays up. So it's been sitting here for a minute, long enough for the fan to turn off, so it's cool. But I want to go have a look in this carburettor first before I go. Oh God. Is there fuel in there? That's better. No seat belts, no collapsible steering, no airbags, unlaminated glass. We die like men, mate. I'm going to break down. Okay? Bye. Bye. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Right. Sorry about that. Hopefully this bloody fan turns off at some point. I got no bloody, I got no coolant gauge, temp gauge. It's here. I suppose I do have one, but it doesn't work. And what else don't I have? Oh, oil pressure. No oil pressure either, but I do have a light. All right, hold on to your bloody hats, mate. So I've got this road out the front of my house. So I'm going to try just go up and down it because there's plenty of room for me to break down and stop. Listen to the bloody red motor goodness, mate. Fuck at this Barra stuff. Red motor of the world, mate. It's a roundabout. The things that worry me about roundabouts is the fact that my steering box could break again. Oh, I'm stopping. Ah, damn it. Oh. So far, so good. Oh. Maybe once we get it running properly, I can look at the brakes. Oh, someone's been doing burnouts here. And it wasn't me. None of my cars that I currently have running do burnouts, believe it or not. People at the winery are watching me thinking, who's this goose? Yeah. Now's the time that I'll... That's what I love about these old cars, hey, is that you talk to any old guy that was into cars, or is into cars, they have some wicked story about some absolute shitbox, and typically an old Tirana is you know the normal car that everyone takes. Either it's an old Tirana or it's like an EJ or an EH Holden or something that they've driven from bloody. They've driven it from one end of Australia to the other in terrible conditions, and no windows, no floorboards. Oh, it's all these crazy stories. Nowadays you don't get any of that. All these new cars. That's what I like about them. There's always a cool story when you talk about old cars, and anyway, that's my spiel. Take it or leave it, mate. All right, so we've done our lap, and I've let it sit. I've checked the water and the oil again, so I don't have gauges to monitor any of that. We'll let it sit, and now is usually the time it'll break down. It won't go because it's been sitting for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug me bloody, I'm going to just turn my ignition switch on real quick. Now I'm going to fire it up, but I'm not going to fire it up the traditional way. Let's make sure we're in park here. Yes. Well, this, mate, because you used to have to adjust your valves every bloody week, they put this little starter button in here so you can bump it. So she goes, but don't let that fool you because I can get on the road now and it might stop. Let's go for a drive. Don't mind my lawn, it's just summer here, and yeah, I suppose if you're in Australia, it's summer where you are too, but bloody hell. It's really hard to do this shit by yourself. I wish I had someone to help me film. Anyway, I'm going to go this way now and potentially go to the servo and get some fuel. Oh, I tell you, I'm getting the shits with this now. Oh, it works better when it's here. Love you. Mwah. Bye. Mwah. Bye, Riley. I'll be back. What's Jasmine calling me? Oh, there's a snake on the road. Red belly. Bloody hell. Ugh. I didn't run over him. So if I had someone to help film, we could have got that. But because I've got to do this shit myself, you missed out on seeing the snake. Is that another one? Oh, that's a leaf. Never mind. How's that? I often forget that this speedo is in miles per hour. So I'm like sitting on 60. Nah, it's a lie. I did lie just then because this thing doesn't get to 60 mile. But yeah, I'm sitting on 40 now in a 50 kilometre zone and I'm currently speeding. So it's something to be mindful of when you're driving these old shit heaps. I don't believe how well this is going so far. It has not broken down yet. I bet when we get to the servo, it will break down. Stop, stop, stop. Not their motor, just the brakes. Money in the ashtray. I haven't done that since I was a kid. Now it always goes in the cup holder. There you go. You can't fall any further than the ground now, mate. So I started at the servo and then she didn't want to go. So now I'm going to try and merge onto the highway and see if it stops. Hold on. What's the bet? I'll break down on the bridge in Urungaree where there's nowhere to pull over. Any minute this fan will go off and I'll know we're under control with my temperature. Often I have people tell me that they like Mr. Mullet burnouts but they don't like Fords or Holden people. I just want you all to know, like this Vauxhall that was built by GM, because GM bought Vauxhall in 1928, has a Holden red motor in it, and that was converted. They did have a Vauxhall motor in them. They were 3.3, very similar to 202, but still not a 202. So this one actually has a 173 Holden motor in it, so don't get too antsy about it. Oh, shit. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, so I've got to get out to turn it off again. You come with me, mate. Hello. How are you? How are you? Good. So this is what I've done here. So you understand why I have to keep getting out. That's directly to the battery over there. So obviously only a temporary thing, but it's still I have to do it nonetheless because we're currently in the middle of diagnosing. We should be right, mate. Look at her in all her glory. What? A Vauxhall with a bonnet up? Never heard of it, mate. I'm videoing you, videoing. Mate, Lewis. Okay, so we're bringing me. Be quiet.
So, to be quiet from live socials.
I got me
Join
dad.
Josh and Cassie's family adventures on all social medias.
Nice no hairs, mate. No hairs. Nose hairs. I zoomed in. But yeah, so I come and picked up Dad. We're going to go on an adventure. And
Mamas, you're in shit
yeah,
now,
that's me screwdriver. Oh, hey, I'll go get me microphone.
All right, you have got an ashtray.
We're not live.
I don't care.
So we're all going for a lap in Valerie. I want to show Dad what it does, just if it's going to do it.
should.
It's hot in here.
So is it? Turn the air on.
I want one of them big circle. Oh shit! This is what it did to me once before. But how's that?
Oh, here we go.
Have we stopped already?
We've broken down.
Have we broken down already? We're not even like past the driveway.
We just stalled, mate. We're good.
We're not even past the
When you went up the first time I bought it here and we got it going, this right there is where I broke down.
Is that when the frog was in it?
Yes, that time. I left and I broke down right here. It stopped. That's as much steering as we got here.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
What about the other way?
Huh?
What about the other way? What's that noise in the back?
the rust creaking.
Where are we going? Can we go to the beach?
I'll bet you any money you like it's tyres rubbing on the guard.
Probably. She'll look fat though, on its guts.
For Christ's sake, don't go to Urunga.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Don't go down there.
Why?
Why?
You got to turn corners.
We'll be right, mate. You turn them early. It's like driving a Kenworth.
What's the red light on for? Are
That's
you
the
seeing?
fans.
What is that noise?
I'd say it's the tyre rubbing on the guard. Move over.
I got nothing to do with it.
Tell me, you know, you carry on this thing's heap of shit. Tell me you're not having fun right now.
No, seriously, I just love teasing you about it.
There
That's
is
all it is.
no way no.
If I couldn't give you shit on this, I'd have nothing to talk to you about.
Yes, I wouldn't mind one of them visors too. A visor. If anyone has the old school bloody air conditioning unit that goes on the side of
They're
the
worth
window,
a fortune.
I want one, please.
Don't say that, Dad.
They are.
It's going on YouTube. This
We
one.
don't talk about that on
It's
YouTube.
what?
It's going on YouTube. So what I heard, they're not worth much at all.
Oh, you're right.
Preferably one that matches the patina. So if anyone's got one that doesn't work, it's
Well, it looks like shit.
or absolutely rooted, I'll have that one, please.
Do you expect everyone to be like looking at you right now?
They are looking at me right now.
What are you doing?
We're going down Atherton Drive, mate,
What you stop for?
because there was a car coming and he turned. Ain't be like that. I don't know if I.
Rolls
so funny
Royce.
about that?
It's a Rolls Royce. It could be the tail shaft rubbing. You know the springs that bloke got me for the truck.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, put them under this.
Yeah, make it into a
A
four-wheel
gasser.
drive.
I'll make it a gasser.
From Macca's Run.
Oh,
Was that in this?
were you?
No,
did you-
that was me because I thought it stopped. I got to have a speed bump.
Ooh.
That's the dip just gone.
Now it's got like 3-inch lowering blocks in the back of this.
Yeah, maybe you should lift it back up. Maybe you should lift it back up. Maybe you should lift it back up. Maybe you should lift it back up.
No, don't be ridiculous. I can't believe how well this thing's doing. It hasn't stopped yet.
Have we stopped?
Yeah, we're breaking down.
Don't pull up in a hill.
And I think it was just the tune in the carburetor.
Well,
But the inhibitor switch only works in park, so I've got to stop. I can't just put it in neutral. I hope this thing's not bloody cooking because the fan hasn't turned off yet.
it has got water in it.
Yeah, I checked it.
Oil.
That being said, well, my plan is that if it doesn't turn off, if it doesn't turn on, it's got no water in it. Turning.
Have you got no blinkers?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure if they work. I haven't checked them.
Speedo. Have a look at the speedo.
81,954
No.
miles.
Have a look at the colour of the speedo.
Oh yeah, it changes colour.
Oh my god!
Watch, it changes colour.
Yeah, wait.
Oh, hang on, we got to go too fast.
It
No.
changes colour. You got to get it up to about 60
We've
miles.
got to
an
go
hour.
around a corner, but the Valerie
Oh.
can't deal with it.
Valerie's got to grow some balls, mate.
Mate, she got balls. She
Go.
potentially going to have a blower. You got to do like 40 mile an hour.
You can still see it.
See it coming up?
See, look.
Oh, how funny is that?
That is unreal.
Does it go
Oh,
red as well?
Yeah, when you get, I've had
Over
it come
60.
up. I had it come up a little bit under the thing, but I can't actually get it fast enough to go to
Hey!
What?
I don't know, I feel like something's on my foot.
I had, when I brought this down here and did that photo thing with it, I had people, old guys, pedaling past on their push bike, waving to me.
You're
come down
right this way.
I come down in the Camaro and everyone looks their nose down at me. If you come down in an old Valerie, they will love it.
Where are we going? Can we go up the highway? Let's go up to Perry's Hill.
That's a lot to ask.
What time are we going to Graveton?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know, ask your son. What time can we get there?
Well, we're going to need
Not in this.
We're going to need a calendar if we're taking this one. Don't stall, don't stall, don't stall. Oh,
You got to learn how to use the brake.
I know, you got to drive with both feet.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Use the brake. Don't you drive hard, brake hard? Isn't that the way Mum and Simon both drive?
No,
Not
with
in
this.
this.
In this, you got to put your brake on as well as your accelerator to keep it going. It needs a tune in the car. It might be the timing.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's easy.
Mate, this is Christine, this is a Cresta. This ain't no Velox. I'm sweaty.
Oh, are you nervous?
So sweaty. Nah, it's hot.
Oh, put some aircon in it. Ah!
Oh, too much horsepower. 'Cause I'm sweaty. Nah, it's hot. Oh, put some aircon in it.
Ah!
Oh, too much horsepower. 'Cause I'm sweaty. Nah, it's hot. Oh, too much horsepower. 'Cause I'm sweaty. Nah, it's hot. Oh, too much horsepower. You drive by guessing in this bad boy. No trains, hope not. Mate, I'll push the trains out of the way in this thing. Don't worry about that. Oh, stop. This has gone unbelievably well. I can't believe how good it's gone.
Have we even done 3 kilometres?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to sell that XR6 that's at my place and park this under the awning so I can drive it. So I have to get it out of the shed every day.
Oh,
What?
brightness.
Yeah, she's gleaming, isn't
No.
she? I break down on this corner every time, without fail. You watch, how's that? I just taken my dad and my sister for a drive, as you saw. I nearly guarantee that this thing's going to break down now that no one's with me. And there you have it, mate. Valerie's a runner, taking everyone for a lap. She hasn't broken down, so Dad must have been right with that wire trick. But what I will do is keep this old ignition module in the car at all times, because we know what they're like. If you're old enough to have buggered around with any electronic ignition-y sort of stuff. If anyone has any parts or a whole car or anything, an old Vauxhall, please let me know, because this one does need some work, does need some rust work, which I'm going to struggle with. But other than that, she's good, mate. She's on the road. Anyway, I've got to head off and spend some time with my little baby and go up to Speedway. So I'll see you later. Have a good one. Goodbye.